Saraswati Ammal frequently came to Bangalore to look after the family after Namagiri passed away. Would it not have been difficult for her?
Difficult it was, so it was to help the brother. She has to help her brother in a tight situation in Bangalore. So she used to come, and Chechi also was fully tied with her family in Udumalpet because for demanding daughter.
Correct.
She will tell, come on, why are you staying in Bangalore so much, and she will recall. So that is
Singaramma.
they both, in spite of that, Singaramma used to call him. So they both, in spite of that fact, they both were coming and helping my father to tide over the going on. And meanwhile, Saraswati thought that okay, this type of arrangement is okay, but how long it will continue? This has to be somewhat some permanent solution has to be found. Permanent solution. In that direction, she was thinking of her brother getting remarried again because of the 5 children and growing needs of the family, and somebody has to take responsibility of in the long time point of view. So she was thinking they were looking for a girl to get married. And when they were in Mettur, they got the information that such a girl was likely in Karur. She was there, Karur, and she was Jayalakshmi, my mother, whose parents were Ramarao and Rukmini.
Ramarao and
Arasambatti Ramarao. He's from Arasambatti. Arasambatti Ramarao and Rukmini. So they both were there. And Ramarao was actually an accountant in P.A. Raju Chettiar and Sons, a famous jewelers. And they were living in Anumar Koil Street in Karur. Anumar Koil Street, just next to their house, the road was taking a deviation because a big temple was there. Anumar temple was there, and that was also housing Bhajanai Madam. So where my grandfather was also an active member of that Bhajanai Madam.
Grandfather means
Ramarao was an active member, and they both were there, and their children, they were Seshagiri, elder boy, who was, of course, he was studied less, but he was in a medical representative or something like that. He was working, and Seshamma is his sister. Seshamma is actually elder. Seshamma got already married to one Vengatramana Rao of Pulambadi near Salem. So they were rich mirasdars or jamindars of that place. So they were quite well to do with a lot of lands and cows and cattle and all. Seshamma was married, and they were there. And the Thandoni, and Thandoni, the youngest son, and this one was there. They with her, that Thandoni and Jayalakshmi were there with them in Karur. So that he was in a school, high school. Thandoni was in high school. He was a young boy, 13 years, like that only. Jayalakshmi was about 16. Not even 16, not completed 16. They were in Karur. Saraswati and Varadaraja Rao went from Mettur to see a girl, to see that girl. So they went, morning must have, they might reach Karur by bus or something like that, because they are in those days. And so they got down from the bus stand, and they were walking. They went by this one. They were usually, at that time, Karur was not so big as present way. Amravati river goes through. Amravati river goes through, and
it joins Kaveri.
Afterwards it joins Kaveri. So then they both went to their house. Their house is typical like two dinai and totti, and it was a rented house. Of course, it was an old type of house. In fact, their house before that there was open drain. In those days there were not the sewerage and all were used to go the drainage to go there. It is a deep this one. About that there is one story I will tell afterwards. About the drain. So the drain used to run in that road.
Drain story we will reserve.
I will tell in the interesting story is there. So the drain is there, and we had to. There was some this one, but that some stone slabs were put, and they used to climb and go to that with two dinnays. That is outside, and they reach early morning perhaps, and they went. As they were entering the house, what happened was they knew that they got, in those days, only letters only. So they were waiting for these people to come. Then they were profusely welcomed by Rukmini and Rao, and they bunny they told, come on, please come, and all those things. They went inside, and as they were going inside, of course, my mother Jayalakshmi was playing Pandi with her friends
outside
on the road.
road.
They will draw those in chalk piece and all those things that type.
Yeah.
They will put that bacha. Bacha means the stone, this one, and they will tell am I right. They will jump one other this one and all those things. That
That is a Pandi game.
Pandi game. So she was playing there and
With her friends
and
neighbors.
this one as before they entered the house, they told, oh, that is the girl whom you are thinking. She there and all. The fair and slim girl who was just innocent looking with downy. In those days only downy and that. So she was playing with her friends, oblivious of the fact that
what is
going on. Such a serious matter is brewing up inside in the river. She doesn't even know. She was so innocent. She was so innocent and young girl. She is young girl, and suddenly this proposal has come, which she doesn't also know. And Saraswati seeing her, because being a shrewd lady, Saraswati is a very intelligent, very humorous, very good lady. My auntie, we are all bound by our auntie. Auntie means we will not leave her. When she comes to Gandhinagar, or when we used to go, we will be reluctant to go out from Fraser Town, or when she comes, we will ask her to stay, and she will invariably come for a short time and continue to stay for the night. We used to be gaped mouth. We will hear the stories. She will tell Kodiveri stories and how father was there, and very, very humorous thing, and always a good lady. She was a good lady. Very good.
The photograph doesn't reflect that. But particular snapshot doesn't reflect that
character. But she's a very, because we are attached to the very end.
Jovial.
Very end. And actually her first son, Ramarao, who became postmaster, was also like that. So then what happened was this Saraswati went inside. Saraswati and went inside there.
Karur.
They had Karur, they had a good coffee, and they took bath perhaps and got ready and all those things. They got coffee and all those things. They just formality. It was a formality because she had already decided. She had already decided that she is the girl, and gladly they accepted also, seeing the family and all. Though the age difference was about 20 years.
20 years.
So he was about 35. She was
usually
about 16.
Those days, around 10 years difference.
Correct.
Is normal.
But
this is 20 years.
20 years, my father, because seeing the family and maybe
and professor
and all those things, they immediately accepted. So this soon afterwards, the marriage took place in Metur. Metur was there, and
because
Saraswati was Metur marriage, and she moved to Bangalore to the news. My mother, along with her, of course, Rukmini and all those things, to set up the family, to give it this one. The initial push, they came to Bangalore, and Thandoni was in the finished high school. Thandoni. Then he had to join a college at that time. So my father told, no, let him study in St. Joseph's College only. This one, let him be in Bangalore. So
how come his name is Thandoni?
Thandoni because
it doesn't fit into that.
Yes, correct. Thandoni is actually Thandoni is in fact a very rare name in our any Madhva family also, because the Thandoni is the presiding deity of Karur. Thane Thonriver. She is the Thandoni Venkatramana Swami actually on a hill in Karur. So he was born in Thandoni, so in that place Karur. So his name was Thandoni. So Thandoni Rao. Yeah. So he became Thandoni Rao.
Your grandfather Ramarao named him as Thandoni.
So he also shifted to Bangalore. He studied in St. Joseph's College, intermediate he finished and BSc finished. Of course, that is another story that I will tell later about Thandoni. But he was very much attached to her sister. And he was and he admirer of my father. He took him as a role model. So my father's saving habit and something he learned, and that is the reason even he was a postmaster. Then after his marriage in Tumkur, because his wife was from Tumkur, so he became the Tumkur postmaster and settled in Tumkur, and he made 3 houses there. He built 3 houses in near station, Someshwarapuram extension it's called. So there he lived. So Thandoni was there. Thandoni was also a favorite of my father. because whenever any help or anything to look after the house, he was like edupudi in the house.
Yes,
And he was a
handyman,
and he were and he was
handyman or handy boy,
very
you can
much very much attached to his sister, and they both had a very good understanding. And Rukmini also shifted to Bangalore for some time. Of course, her husband again,
Ramarao.
Ramarao, was busy in the work, so she used to come on and off. So Chechi used to come on and off. Saraswati also
Rangama.
used to come and off. And with the three people already in the house, so initially even Tungava, there is one Tungava, is Namagiri's mother.
Namagiri's mother was Tangava.
So she was in Bangalore. So because her daughter Echumu was in Bangalore, and Echumu's husband was Nagaraja. My father tried to settle him in some job or something, but some people like Rolling Stone, they won't stay in any job or
Any
anything.
particular job.
But he was a little bit fascinated by Sai Baba. He was a Sai Baba Bhakta. Nagaraja. Echumu's husband.
Nagaraja Rao.
Nagaraja. So he was very
ardent devotee of Sai
ardent
Baba.
devotee. So he went to Sridi. He almost like Swamiji became like he went there, and
Almost.
he got a lifelike sitting image of
Life size.
idol of
Sai Baba.
maybe porcelain. I don't know what is that.
Marble.
Marble image of same like Sai Baba in all Sai Baba temples.
Yeah.
Same type. He got a big one. And they got, but initially they were in a rented house. And what is called as Killari Road. The parallel to this Kempegoda Road, there is a Killari Road. So there is it is a small lane. Majestic area just behind this one. There is one Upparpet police station. Opposite to that, there is one Killari Road.
Okay.
So in that small lane, in the beginning, as we from Upparpet station to go, there was a small house they had taken a rented house. So this image was also kept there for some time.
Okay.
Then they used to continue to worship, and he got in touch with so many devotees of Sai Baba. One Arsappa was there, was a silk merchant, leading silk merchant of Chickpet and Valepet area. So he was very much, he was again a Sai Baba devotee. So he got a site for them in Srirampuram.
Srirampuram, near
Malleshwaram station. Malleshwaram, there is a footbridge to cross from Malleshwaram station to other side. You can go on a footbridge.
Correct.
If you go down the footbridge, there is another road that connects to Malleshwaram. One road will go another. Harishchandra got one road. Kovampu road. It will join that. So that road beginning, there was another crossroads in the beginning only. They got a site. So that Arsappa gave a free site for a temple, for construction of a Sai Baba temple. So they constructed with the donation and all those things, constructed a fairly good temple, very big temple, and they installed this one.
So the temple is there still?
Temple is there still, and behind that house where Echumu lived, the house was also there.
So just to recall, Echumu is the
daughter of a sister of Namagiri. So she was also living with her children and all, they were there.
Correct.
And this Tungamma used to be there also. And she used
to come to Bangalore and
she was in Bangalore only. With her daughter, Echumu, in Malleshwaram. And come to Gandhinagar and stay here also. There is no such thing that she will go back on the same day. They will be with the grandchildren and going there and coming and all those things. Because sometimes Echumu also used to come to our house and stay for 1 or 2 days. And they used to tell Baba that my father was called as Baba. So Baba and attachment was there. And they used to come and stay also. So in this scenario, my mother moved into the house, amazed at the people, so many old ladies, so many children after this one, and a small house, not a big house. So they were there, and thankfully for her presence of Thandoni and all those things, and she was very, very innocent, my mother. I mean, she was not to take up such a big load of a big house. Teenage girl, and she shaped herself. This was the shaping up of a lady to the growing needs of the family in future, and she was from the very beginning very always smiling, jovial, full of energy, and talkative. and she didn't have any enemies,
Inhibition.
and every inhibition and no enemies at all, and everybody used to like her. They used to call her Jaya, 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 like that, and that is how the Jaya became this one. And my father also, being a busy person, but still she never bothered him about the household. This one, what he was the sole breadwinner of the family always. So he had to work hard to meet the now again all these people studying and all that. So she continued in that way, and she was here in Bangalore. And then what happened after some time? This was the atmosphere. People coming and going, and
No, that's why see, when your mother at that teenage were getting married, and
correct,
she had company of her own age group
correct,
in the form of Thandoni, Ponna, your Rajamma,
correct.
and who else?
Rajamma, Ramu,
Ramo.
correct.
These were all approximately
Were a
around
little
age
bit
group.
younger, even younger, little bit
Younger,
younger, like
younger.
Ramu and all. So she used to
So
care
that
for
age group was there.
that,
Then elderly ladies were there to give advice, guidance.
and
that
they
time.
also look after the household. This
So
one,
yeah.
and
So
they,
it became settling down in a different
in a
atmosphere.
new house with all these people, and she continued there. And actually, what happened was Saraswati, who was in Metro for a long time, say they also shifted to Bangalore.
Ah.
Saraswati and Varadaraja Rao shifted to Bangalore, and they got a
Varadaraja
house.
Rao was doing in
Varadaraja Rao
Mettur, what
he was the high school headmaster, Metro High School. So then he left that job, and they told they wanted to, because brother is settled in Bangalore. They were told, why do you want to settle in that remote place? Or if you come to Bangalore, maybe she got attracted to come to Bangalore. They took a house in Madhavaraya Mudaliyar Road. Madhavaraya Mudaliyar Road.
Madhavaraya Mudaliyar.
MM Road, it's called MM Road, or it's called as Palm Road, because the road was full of palm trees on both the sides. And there was one Annasamy Mudaliyar, a charitable person, was a rich fellow. He built a row of 10 houses under Annasamy Mudaliyar charities. So one of the houses these people took for rent.
So still the house is there.
Still the house is retained by the same family. And the granddaughter, one of the granddaughters of Saraswati, Jayanti, she is not married, but she is running a tuition classes and all. She is continuing to live there in that road, and it is a big.
So that house they moved.
That day,
Saraswati and.
Correct. That house they moved, and there was a big compound in the back. That means there was a backyard, and there was a drumstick tree in their house. And that drumstick, we used to, whenever we used to go to their house, we used to get some drumsticks. Next day, beat anybody, or so we used to get there and all those things. So my father was so much attached to his sister.
Very much.
And she is also, because in Bangalore she used to come and stay, overnight stay, then go back to that house. And this Varadaraja Rao also, a school, they started a school near our house in later. And my
Near
father, he gave it, because he was the
in
Gandhinagar. So there is a temple. Behind that there is an outpost portion. And there he started a school. For some time he ran a school there.
Which conducted.
He conducted the school. He was one man teacher, and he used to come, and people used to come.
Because of his
Experience, and my father only gave him that.
Made the arrangements.
And because the temple was in my father's control, so he was able to give that portion. For some time it stayed. And all of us, the affinity, the attachment between brother and sister was so much that they used to come, and we also used to go in car. Whenever baby was into our house, and whenever we used to go, my mother will prepare coffee, the freshly brewed coffee. Decoction. No, they put milk and everything. One big kuja, brass, this one, with a screwed top. Tumbler will be there, screwed top will be there, and with a handle. So they used to take that coffee there. And puja will be carried in the car. Puja will be carried in the car, and as soon as we went, everybody will sit and they will read a jamkanam, and there was only laughter and good loud talking and cross talking, and all children, atte, please tell stories and this one. And she will easily oblige. and she was a very good natured lady, always telling positive things only. She never used to be like
Saraswati.
morose and all. Even at the ripe old, she died at the ripe old age of 95 years. So she was full of humor and full of this one. Maybe her first son also was like that. Ramarao was also like that. Varadaraj Rao, of course, a little bit. He was short and fair, and my Saraswati used to be tall and dark. I don't know what a combination. Both of them were one short husband and a tall lady. I kept saying. So it was, but they were. He was a bit serious type, I mean say. So we used to come
Compliments, no?
compliment, and it was
Compliment.
like that. And they had 7 children totally, 5 daughters and 2 sons, and they used to come to Bangalore. And what has happened in between, my I was calling everybody. Everybody, I used to hear only Jaya Jaya word, because everybody, my brothers and Rajamma, Ramu,
See,
Panna,
now point ಏನಂದ್ರೆ they are all same age group, no?
same age
Your
group,
mother
and they
and
used to
therefore
call
they
me
will call Jaya.
Jaya, Jaya, Jaya. Then what happened? I was being child. I was now. I thought I should also call her Jaya, and I started calling her Jaya when the moment I came to know about my talking ability when I was a child. So I continued calling her Jaya till the very end. Whereas other Surya was also calling for some time Jaya. Then he corrected himself and he called her as Amma. And all the other brothers, my other younger brothers and siblings, they called her as Mama only. So like that, this is the story that I am telling. How my mother, who came as a 16-year-old girl, innocent girl, without much of worldly knowledge, and
Into the new house,
in
into
a
the
big house,
new
in a
house.
new house, big house, and a very mature husband, was a very busy professor, such a big professor and such a big this one. How she shaped the domestic side of the house family, and how she continued with all the people.
See, all the support.
So it was continuing. I mean, say, we never lost any relation. We got all the relations. We got all the Namagiri side, all the people. Everybody used to come to our house and call Jaya Jaya. They will definitely go there. And she was mingling with everybody, and such an adjustable nature. My father never worried about house and all those things.
Because he was concentrating.
He was concentrating on his earning money and making making everybody's life comfortable. All the other children knew well that education, marriages, so many things happened. He had so
There
much of
was only
responsibility.
one person earning.
Only one breadwinner, only breadwinner for the family. Imagine, but everybody, and being in Gandhinagar, whoever, even distant relatives and friends, will only come and they come to our show straight.
Because the
Railway station is nearby, bus stand is nearby. So everybody will be treated very well, hospitable, and so we had lot of circle of friends. That was the, so it was, our house was reflecting happiness for the entire 5 decades of uninterrupted. Of course, in any family, such a long time,
Some
there will
ups
be
and downs.
one or two ups and downs, but largely it was a very happy family, and very
Large.
good, very large family, and very good parents. They were understanding parents. They never used to fight. My father and my mother never has shouted at his wife, and she will always be obedient. She met the needs
All
of
the
the
needs.
family, all the needs of the family, and everybody continued to thrive, and everybody prospered because of my father's nature also, and my mother's blending nature with the family.
So I would say the whole shaping up and foundation was laid in the early days.
Early days, and
1937.
about 40,
Very good.
1940.